There's some more mallards. Did you hear me? Oh, he missed it. Got it. Come on now. Decent one. She ain't bad. She ain't bad at all. A large head.
Thank you for joining today. Colton and Brad are in pursuit of a fun fall pattern, where bites are the name of the game, but a big fish will not hurt their feelings. Let's see what these guys get into today.
Pretty old girl. Man, she run it down twice. Yeah. Pretty little thing. Pretty little. Look how fat. Look how fat that joker is. Man, that's a pretty fish. Sitting right off the edge there. You don't ever know, do you? There he is. Come on. Yeah, little spot. Spitting up all kind of stuff. Woo. Uh-oh. Hold on, bud. Throw you back. There we go. There she is. A little bitty spot. It's a spot, might be a little large here. Nope, it's a spot. Pretty thing. Living shallow. So guys, today we're going to be talking about how to establish a pattern and why it's so important in bass fishing. It's one of the most important topics, and if you don't understand how to establish a pattern, it can make a very good beginning of a day very, very difficult. So stay tuned, this is something you don't want to miss. Got him? Good? Let me get this thing. Well, I got one now. Oh, he come off.
Well, it's hard to focus with all that going on around you, ain't it?
But yeah.
Stay still. Nice little dude, look at him. Chunky, just like me.
Yeah. A little squirt. Woo! A wild large head. Man. Oh, boy, that's fun when you catch them back to back like that. You know it. Come here, little buddy. Hold on. There we go. Pretty and thick. Little bitty squirt.
Colton Posey Fishing weather log.
There he is. Come on. Ooh, pull. Got some on her. Spot, this one. Whew. Feisty spot. Pretty, man, pretty. So talking about establishing patterns, there's a couple of things you really need to ask anytime you're establishing a pattern. But the first pattern you really need to ask about is the bait pattern. So what kind of bait pattern are these fish going to be on? Are they going to be on a shad pattern? Are they going to be on a crawfish pattern? Are they going to be on a brim pattern? Or it could be all three. But once you establish a bait pattern by swapping up your lures, swapping up your presentations, Then you can establish a cover pattern. And what do I mean by cover pattern? Well, we're going to talk about that here in just a few minutes. There she is. Two spots fighting over it. Chunky little thing. Oh, pretty old spot. There we go. Spitting up shad. So let's talk about establishing a cover pattern. So what does a cover pattern mean? A cover pattern is something as simple as going around your lake or your river system, catching a bunch of fish on laydowns or lily pads, specific ways and stuff like that. But one of the biggest things to key in on, like I always say, if you catch one fish, it doesn't tell you a whole lot. You can act upon it, especially if you didn't have any more information, but use that as information. So if I catch one fish on a laydown and I go to another laydown, catch another fish, and then go to another laydown and catch another fish, then that tells me that the fish for that particular day is on laydowns. And then I put my baits together. So if I'm flipping something like that, Reactions Innovation Sweet Beaver, into those laydowns and consistently getting bit and not missing fish, then I've got a bait pattern and I've got a cover pattern. There she is. There she is. Feel like a good. Pretty good. She ain't bad. Just got a lot of fight in her. Little spots, man. Them spots. Whoops. Hold on now. Go on back. Go on back. There we go. Can give it a little boot. So one of the other things is, how do you establish a bait pattern? That's probably, arguably, one of the more important questions than establishing a cover pattern. Well, a bait pattern can depend on, what season you're fishing, what kind of bait is in your lake or river system, whether we're talking about threadfin shad, blueback herring, gizzard shad, golden shiners. And then once again, the time of the year can depend on, whether you really need to focus on brim colors or whether you need to focus on crawfish colors and then changing up the crawfish colors within your bait. So since we're in fall, most of these fish are going to be worried about shad. You can catch a lot of fish that are chasing shad, just like we're doing today on these mini max chatter baits and, spinner baits and small buzz baits and things like that. Anything that mimics the small shad. But once you dial in a bait, you really need to pay attention to the presentation, because 99% of the time your bites is going to come off the presentation, not necessarily just the bait. So let's catch some more fish. We got this wind pushing back this way now. Let's see. Got it. Ooh. Man, these spots fight, don't they? Golly. Chunk. Ooh. All right. Pretty little spot. Pretty little thing. Man, look at the belly on that sucker. Pretty. It's feeding up.
Today's equipment log is brought to you by Salty Captain. Cleaning your equipment has never been easier or more affordable. Use code Colton15 for 10% off your entire purchase.
So when we're talking about presentation, especially when you're dialing in a pattern, one of the things you got to identify, are you fishing a heavy pressured fishery? Are you fishing one that a whole lot of people don't fish during the week and you're fishing during the week? Or are you fishing somewhere where, the bait is very large and the water temperature stays pretty cool, maybe below a dam or something like that? Or are you fishing in warmer water temps? That's one of the key things that can help you dial in your presentation, is paying attention to the water temp. The higher the water temp, the higher the metabolisms of the fish, the bait fish, and everything else. So they typically move quicker and need to feed more often. Now, as those water temperatures plummet, things move slower. It's just like us during the cold. You know, we bundle up, we don't move real fast, and the fish and the shad and stuff do the same thing. So more subtle presentations. Although we're talking about warmer water temps and stuff, moving your bait quick, sometimes integrating pauses or twitches can be great to catch a ton of fish, but sometimes just a straight retrieve, just because it's something they hadn't seen in a long time, can help you catch a lot more fish. .38 or a half, one of the two. Oh, I can't tell. She's all right. Just a spot. She's mad. Madder than a hornet. She ain't bad. She ain't bad at all. Not for up here. Ooh. Come on, girl. She ain't got no quit in her. Yeah, she ain't bad at all. Sitting right off that deeper ledge where the wind was blowing. Ooh. I just love the colors on those spots. You know what? Pretty fish, pretty. So guys, this is a segment to where I want to start doing this because I am one of those people. Hear all the fish blowing up in the background, it's crazy. But I'm one of those people that you just can't compete with me. So anything that I do, it's hard to compete with me because I want you to win too. So this segment, I want to do something different than any other channel's doing. If you have a YouTube channel or something like that you want shouted out on my channel, drop a comment down below and let me know, and I'll check out your channel, and at the end of each episode, you know, I'm going to do the segment. So the first channel that I really want to shout out is Fish North Georgia. You can check them out. Just type in FNGO on any of the social platforms. It's a podcast fishing platform that I thoroughly enjoy. I'm a big time participant in it. I've been on their podcast before. Danny, all those guys are great guys. I love listening to them, watching them. Make sure to go check those guys out. Subscribe to their channel. Hit that thumbs up button, especially if you like their content. I guarantee you will. They're very, very interactive. That's one of the main things that set them apart to me. They pay attention to each comment that comes through, and Danny tries to catch everyone that he can a lot better than I'd ever be able to. So, you know, make sure to go check those guys out. And if you want your channel shouted out, make sure to drop a comment down below. Whew. Knocked the crap out of it. Got him?
That's good. Little chunky one.
Yeah. There she is. Yeah. Pulled on out. She didn't have much fight in her when I first set the hook. Now she's coming up my head. Look at all them shad. Oop, there she went.
Quick release.
Quick release. I'd hit me in my head with a chatterbait. So, one of the questions that you may have is, how do you establish a pattern when you first get on the lake? Now, once again, that's all going to come down to seasonal, but since we're in fall, we're going to talk about fall. One of the main things is identifying what part of the fall you're in. So are we at the beginning of the fall transition, or are we, you know, right in the middle or towards the end? It can all determine on what areas you need to fish on your lake. Now, one of the easiest ways to determine that is when you get on your lake, pay attention to your water temperature, okay? As that water temperature starts to cool, getting below 85 degrees, a lot of that phytoplankton starts dying off. The zooplankton comes in, starts eating it, and the shad start following to the backs of these creeks. And as that water, that thermocline comes up and expands, as we talked about in the other videos, that can tell you exactly where you need to be. What I suggest is if you go through a dry spell and you get out on your lake, I typically like to start out on my main lake points and see exactly if a lot of fish are piled up out on the main lake. If I'm not getting bit consistently and I'm not seeing much fish activity, I like to move into these long creeks or these shallow sloughs to where there's multiple secondary points and fish off of them and see if the fish are active on them. If they're not, I move my way further back to the back of the creek where we are at today, catching a bunch of fish, So just work your way from the front to the back, and you can do this without having to have a whole day. You can do this without a 3-hour span. What I would suggest is don't spend any more than 20 to 30 minutes on each area, and keep moving consistently with baits that match whatever the fish are eating on your lake or your river system, and I guarantee you'll bump into them and catch a bunch more fish.
Question of the day. When was the vibrating jig invented? 1983, 1997, 2003, 1977. Comment your answer below.
Bunch of turtles back here. You know, you got her? Oh yeah, that's a good. Come on with it. Margie in charge. Oh yeah.
Look yourself, how about that? Chunky. Appreciate the bite.
The first vibrating jig was invented around 2003 by Ron Davis Sr. The product began sales in March of 2004 and was inspired by a 1960s lure called the Walker Special.
Ooh. Got it. Come back and hit it 2 or 3 times. Oh man. Probably took the tail off that mooch again. Oh yeah, I don't know what it is about that chatterbait. It catches fish, but man, you miss a lot of fish quick on it too. Come here. You got fat. About to pop. Ooh, a better one. Spot don't want to quit, does she? There she goes. Ooh. Send you back home just a second, old girl. There we go. She don't want to quit.
Tug on it.
The net was stuck.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, dude.
Baby girl.
Oh yeah, chunky.
Is that your PB or no?
It's up there. That ain't it though.
I can send it though. There she is. Ooh, healthy. Oh man. So guys, I hope you learned something today, and in conclusion, here's the thing. If you're trying to establish a pattern, make sure you're paying attention to the season you're fishing. We're in fall. Most of these fish are going to be chasing shad and things like that, whatever kind of shad may be in your fishery. Now this doesn't negate the fact that they'll still eat on brim, they'll still eat on crawfish and other things that are in your lake or river system, but treat it like spring. Start at, the mouth of a creek, or start at a point and then work your way to the backs of the creeks. You can do this in a short amount of time by covering a lot of water with baits that are extremely effective in power fishing. Now you can also go vice versa, which is what we did today. We come straight to the back, and if it wouldn't have played out, we would have worked our way out to the main. So, pay attention to what kind of bait they're eating, if they're eating threadfin shad, and if you're not sure what they eat on your fishery, maybe there's not a lot of information on the internet about that. One of the easiest ways, and one of the things that I always do, no matter how many times I fished a fishery, I'm looking at the water as I put my boat in and seeing if I see brim or shad close to the bank, and paying attention to the size of those brim or shad and the color, and I'm adjusting my baits accordingly. So guys, I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time.